Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 28, we read this: "Even a fool keeping silence is regarded as wise, as understanding when he closes his lips." Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 2, a Torah portion Vayigash. We're still in chapter number 44 of the book of Bereshit or Genesis, and actually about the same verse. There's just so much intrigue that is being played out here in this opening segment. We have seen Joseph viewed by his brothers as being the viceroy of Mitzrayim or Egypt, and Joseph sitting behind the makeup and the headdress of Egyptian or Mitzrayim garb, thinking to himself, can I trust these men now or not? Are they any different than they were when it would seem that they had sold me into slavery? They hated me. Would they hate me now? Have I played this too far? But he has been intent on trying to figure out if they will do the same to his own brother, Benjamin, as they had done to him. So Joseph has played the plot out thoroughly, and he now has Benjamin standing guilty of stealing the Egyptian or Mitzrayim ruler's cup, and the brothers will either defend him or abandon him. And then Yehuda, of all the brothers, it's Yehuda who steps up and says to Joseph this 17 or 18 verse speech for the remainder of the chapter. The intrigue is very, very thick here. There's a lot to be uncovered. Benjamin is not only the character in the storyline, but also represents a couple of other things. One is he represents the Temple Mount. It could be a prophetic view of the last days where the house of Joseph would by some means lay claim to the Temple Mount area, and Yehuda have to step up and defend it and say, you're not getting it. Now, the house of Joseph not only is consisting of those that are righteously aware of who they are, but also those who are apart and don't even know who they are. They never heard of the house of Joseph. Another role that we might want to look at is Benjamin means the son of my right hand. This is a type and shadow then of Mashiach Yeshua, who sits at the Father's right hand. So this contesting speech between Yehuda and Joseph could be read as an issue about who has the right claim to Messiah. A lot of different ways to read this. Now, what is Yehuda's attitude? What is he trying to accomplish? What is his thought process as he approaches Joseph? From the rabbinical writers, we have the following. The Midrash says that Rabbi Judah said the verb he approached, Vayigash, implies an approach to battle, as is found in 2 Samuel 10:13. That says, so Joab and the people that were with him approached unto battle. Rabbi Nehemiah said the verb he approached, Vayigash, implies a coming near for conciliation, as in the verse Yehoshua 14 verse 6. Then the children of Yehuda approached Yehoshua. The sages said it implies coming near for prayer, as is in the verse 1 Kings 18:36. And it came to pass at the time of the evening offering that Eliyahu, or Elijah the prophet, approached Vayigash. So is he approaching for war, battle? Is he approaching for conciliation, a reconciliation? Is he approaching for an entreaty, a pleading? The Midrash continues and says Rabbi Eliezer combined all these views. He said, Judah approached Joseph for all three, saying, if it be for war, I approach for war. If it be for conciliation, I approach for conciliation. If it be for entreaty, I approach to entreat. What is that saying? Well, it's saying a lot of wisdom to you and I. For it says that the attitude of Yehuda then is determined by Joseph's response to his approaching. If we could just learn this principle, and it goes both ways. The way someone approaches us, if they come to us in a huff and an arrogant or angry attitude toward us, immediately our walls go up and we become defensive. That's only natural. That's to be understood. If someone comes to us with a soft word, an entreating heart, our ears are more apt to be open, and we're more apt to pay attention to what is being said. The shoe fits the other foot. The way you approach someone oftentimes determines whether you're going to be heard or not. So in your mind, you may feel, I have a righteous cause. I have the right information. I know what the truth is. And so, bless God, I'm just going to tell you the truth and you'll just have to deal with it. Well, don't be surprised when you're rejected. Especially here in this particular holiday season for most of this population. There's this great, grand, righteous attitude among some that feel that they must go and preach, quote unquote, the truth about what holidays really mean and their pagan origins to everyone and anyone who has a decoration up. When we come in pompously, when we come in with our arrogance and our holier-than-thou mindset and attitude, even if we try to mask it and tone it down, discerning minds and ears can pick up on it a mile away. And before we ever say the first word, the defense mechanisms are up and you're not going to be heard. I used to be very much aggravated, I guess is the right word, working a public job where I was in retail. This time of year, I groaned almost out loud. The Merry Christmas salutations and so forth, I did not know how to answer it. I just couldn't justify my returning like and kind to them. So I learned to smile and say thank you. Now, does that mean I agree with the holiday? No. But me being angry and saying to them something rude would have accomplished nothing. The way we approach, the way we are approached, determines the outcome. As I opened up with, even when we are a fool, if we keep our mouth shut, we're thought to be wise. So it says that Yehuda spoke into Joseph's ears, his ozni, to speak into his understanding and to try to gain his appreciation. He adds a plea that Joseph not get angry at what he's about to say. Let's take this to another level. When it comes to the reconciliation and the restoration of both houses of Israel, my dear friend Hanok Yan says that this must be based on mutual respect. I completely, wholeheartedly agree. It could very well be applying in this particular Torah portion, at this particular setting, that Yah is saying to you and I, to the house of Joseph, if we're willing to listen and not immediately object to what our brother Yehuda has to say, we may gain ground where we can be revealed and our family can be restored. As long as you and I are going to put up a defensive finger stuck in the ear whenever we read or hear our brother Yehuda's vantage point and perspective, their understanding, we're never going to get anywhere. We have to understand their protective heart over Benjamin. That's the Temple Mount and the revelation of who Yeshua is or who the Messiah is. We have to be willing to listen. Try it out today. Find somebody that you need to listen to and open your ears and close your mouth. You might be found wise. We'll talk again tomorrow. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Until then, shalom.